Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you guys are having a fabulous time so far. So today I'm coming at you with a very different video which I have never done before, and thank God this was not happened to me before. But anyways, I'm here to share my experience, my worst experience at Shoppers Drug Mart. And if you have clicked on this video, you either are my really loyal subscriber or you're someone who has faced something like this in your life and you want to know what happened to me. So here I am to share my story with you guys. So before any further delay, I will explain what actually happened. That was last Friday and I decided to go for groceries. I have never done this before alone. I always take my husband with me and we go for groceries together. Like, this was the first time in my entire life to go for groceries alone ever since I have my kids. So yes, I decided to go to groceries. I left my son and my daughter at my sister-in-law's place and I said, like, I'll be back in an hour. He's happy. And then yeah, you want to listen what happened to mommy? Stand up. And then what happened, I went for groceries and I bought pretty much everything except milk and diapers. So I thought I'm going to Shoppers anyways. This is like a pharmacy here in Canada and I will get diapers and milk from there. And I had some other stuff as well, like cereals and all. So I went to Shoppers to get diapers and milk bags and my son's cereals. So I entered the Shoppers. The first thing I picked up was, I got a cart and the first thing I picked up was a bag of cereal and I put it in the cart. And if you are living in Canada, you know Shoppers, you know their carts are really tiny, really tiny, and they can barely fit anything. So I put the bag of cereal and then I went to grab the milk bags, and the milk bags, one bag is like 4 liter and they're quite big, and I got the milk bag. I got 4 milk bags and my cart was like full. When I mean full, means full. It was completely full. Then I got a bag of diaper, bag of cereal and other stuff. So my cart was really packed and I knew someone was chasing me in the store, but I sensed that something, you know, when you have some sort of intuition like something is going to happen. I was having a really bad day because my mom was sick back in India and that was the death anniversary of my grandmother. So I was like, I don't know, there was a lot going on in my brain and I had some sort of intuition like, okay, something is going to happen. And I just moved to the checkout. I sensed someone following me. And when I checked out, the girl at the checkout, she said, okay, just give me one bag of milk and I can just scan it 4 times. So she did it. Because this box of cereal was, and it was like really small, like baby box of cereal. It was like that big. It was stuck under the milk bags. And I totally forgot, like I have the box of cereal. And on top, the girl at the checkout, she was like, just give me one bag. So I gave her one bag and that was stuck underneath the 3 bags of milk, the box of cereal. So I paid for the other stuff. I just went outside. As soon as I stepped out of the door, the guy who was chasing me in the store, he just popped up. He was like, hey, I am lost and prevention. I'm theft and lost, or lost and prevention, I don't know what it's called. So he said, like, I'm the security officer inside the Shoppers, so I need to check your cart. And till then I was literally unaware, like I have a box of unpaid cereals and that was like, I think there were 2 boxes and it was $7, like $3.5 each. So I'm like, okay, go ahead, here's my receipt, I paid for everything. And he just picked up that box. He was like, what's that? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I totally forgot, because it was underneath the milk bags. And it makes sense, anyone would forget this if you were at my situation. So I explained this to him. I explained, like, I totally forgot, it was totally a human error, I did not do this on intention. But he denied to listen to me and he was so rude. I found he wasn't like Canadian born or anything. He wasn't a white guy. He was somewhere, he had like Italian accent, I would say. And he was so damn rude. He was like, no, you will have to come inside. It's too late now to pay. I'm like, what the heck? I just forgot. I just forgot means I just forgot. I don't have any explanation. I agreed that I had an unpaid item in my cart, but that doesn't mean like I tried to steal it. Why would I steal like something that costs $3.5 and when I can pay like $120 for my groceries? And he was like, no, come down, come at the back side. So he was like, you are under arrest. I'm like, what the heck? Why am I under arrest? So I was so pissed off. I just went at the back. I was so nervous because it has never happened to me before, and that was my first experience. It was so bad. I went at the back. I started crying. I'm like, hey, this was my mistake, and I have a proof that I do forget stuff really. Ever since I got into an accident, I have this habit of like forgetting stuff very easily. And when you when you have kids, you can understand and relate like how easy it is to forget something in your car. And I'm like, he made me sit in the office. He was so rude. I cannot express like how rude he was. He literally, the time I entered the door, I had a feeling like he had this set up in his mind, okay, she's going to steal something. And that was my bad luck, like I forgot to pay for something. And he was literally rude. Then the store manager came in the back office. He was super nice. He was so nice. He was like, the officer wasn't there, the security officer, the security guard wasn't there. And then he was like, hey, I'm very sorry. I know you are going through this, and I'm really apologize. I really apologize. I know it happens, but he won't listen to me. My hands are tied. And then I'm like, but still, like, you need to realize I'm your customer for so many years, and this is like so bad, you know. There are times when you forget about some payments. Like there have been so many times when you just overcharge a customer. What would you do? You just say sorry, and this is what I'm saying sorry, right? And then they didn't listen to me. The manager was really nice though, but then the officer came. He was like, if you won't cooperate with me, this is going to be really hard for you. I'm like, I'm cooperating with you, but you need to listen to me. Like, this is not I did not do this on intention. And then he went on. He was like, is this your first offense? I'm like, this is not my offense. This was my mistake, and I agreed, and I admit this. This was my mistake, and anyone can do this. And then he's like, okay, no, you know what, you will have to sign this. They gave me a trespass notice, which means the particular shopper's location, they banned me. Like, I cannot enter their store for some time. I don't know, I think it was a year or something. And then he was like, if you will not listen to me, I'm gonna call police. I'm like, you know what, go ahead and call the police. I would rather talk to a police officer than talking to you, because he was so rude. I was just losing myself. I was literally losing myself. And then the police officer came after 1 hour, and he did some background checks. He got my license. He was like, I don't think so you will do this, and it doesn't make any sense to me, like you will steal something that is $7 when you have paid for like $120 for your groceries. I'm like, I appreciate. And then he just made me sign a piece of paper, like and released me with no charge. My family was so upset. They were so worried and so upset, because this has never happened to anyone in our entire family. And at some point I found this was like quite racial. I don't want to bring this up, but I was really hurt. The way he was treating me, I don't know. You know, when you have some sort of feeling like, okay, I'm going to target this woman and I'm going to give this woman a hard time. So this was me. This was the way he was behaving. And to be honest, like, and then anyway, so I came home, everyone was worried. Then I just explained everything to them, what happened. And the next day I called to the store manager, who was being nice to me. I called to the store manager and I was like, hey, I want to file a complaint against him, because I found he was being over rude, and there was no point of like dragging this whole situation to this point. He said like he will file a complaint against him. and he will let his boss know that his behavior was unacceptable, and he apologized. He said like, okay, hey ma'am, my hands were tied last night, I couldn't help you, but I know you are innocent, and he was just giving you a hard time, like intentionally for no reason, and he was bothering you on purpose. So yes, that was my whole story. But my point is, why he did not stop me on the, I mean, was it just my mistake? That was the girl at the checkout. She should have just scanned like all the bags, and she should have said like, hey, I need to scan each and every bag. Why she just refused to scan each bag, and she just let me scan, I mean, she scanned one bag 4 times. So my point is, that was not only my mistake, that was her mistake as well. And I'm pretty sure that this might have happened to all of you once in a lifetime, where your cart is full of stuff, and maybe your kids put something in there, or maybe you forget something. So it is pretty normal human behavior to forget stuff, and that's all. I'm very pissed off because they gave me a trespass notice. I'm going to challenge this. Please leave in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys would do if you were at my situation, or if there was something that I did wrong, or if you were at my situation, how would you have dealt with this whole situation? I mean, I really need to know if I did anything wrong, and I really wanted to bring this up into your attention. And what happened, I was really upset for like 2-3 days. I couldn't sleep well, and it affected me mentally a lot, to be honest. Like, obviously we are human beings, and I'm pretty sure everyone else would get annoyed if this would happen to you. So yes, I really need to know what should be my next step. I am thinking of sending a formal registered letter to the Shoppers Drug Mart about the whole situation, and see how they will deal with this. Please leave it in the comment section below. I would really appreciate your feedback. And yes, this was my little story time. I had a really rough time this weekend, but things happen. I am back with my energy, and yes, that's all. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Mwah.